Where could I squeeze just one more bit of diplomatic reputation from? A whole point, not one bit of strengthening government. I mean, a nice event would do it, but I could similarly get an event that reduces it. There we go. That was not even worth the journey. But they were peasants and they had to die. You know, you could stay up there and actually deal with the Swedish separatists that are going to plop out shortly. This war with the Commonwealth isn't about to start immediately. Not with Timmy being the way they are. Which is worried about this distant war malice. How dare they. There you go. Take one, take all. Timmy isn't paying his armies, which I guess is a good sign of him not about to go to war, or not being about to go to war. There are so many things that I've done over the past few years that affected this. If I hadn't dropped that war against Austria, for example. If I hadn't dropped this other war that also reduced trust. Because lack of trust is hurting me. If I had more trust, that would be in it to win it. If I had... Oh, France no longer rivaling me. Then perhaps they would be less keen on fighting this war against me. And that's an I wish situation, of course they would help an ally. Truce is expiring. Danish making claims on me. What's happening to Denmark? Denmark's fine. They started this war, mind. That's what got Austria stuck in a rut for a bit. But hopefully Austria get out of that war and they're able to join me in my war. Which is all I've ever wanted. Alright, Timmy. We've all had good fun laughing at your manpower, but it's time for you to get it fixed properly. Swedes rise up, as we knew they would. We take them down, no problem. Hehehe. Timmy, defender of the Sunni faith. Well, that's fine for me. I'm not planning on fighting any Sunnis, but similarly... God, that is so close. It's way ahead of time and tech, but I think I will take this anyway. No, I have no reason to. It's just a daft thing to do. Not when I could be spending my admin on something. I just don't know what I would spend it on. I could dev up a bit, might tip the balance in getting Timmy to like me a bit more. By that I mean the whole favors thing. Don't like the fact that they're doing that with their favors. Get that manpower going again. Come now, Commonwealth. It's hard for you to understand how much I want to fight you right now. Any other potential allies would like Commonwealth land? I don't want to promise anyone Commonwealth land. It's all going to me. Once Austria stop fighting that other war, Austria will join in, so it'd be good to sacrifice to whoever. But I want Timmy in. The risk here is that Aragon's probably getting closer and closer to paying off that monstrous debt of theirs. Actually, I could get a number on that to become less paranoid. Let's check out Aragon's everything. Aragon actually have next to no money, so there's no real risk of that unless somebody pays their debt off for them. This is good though. Timmy are falling down the great power rank. If they were to fall out completely, then I'd be able to get somebody else. I'd be able to influence their nation, raise trust, and get them in. However, I don't think. Yeah, unless okay, Great Britain could magic their way up with 110 development. Bahmanis and Delhi truces are up. Dang, he's probably going to go ham on those guys straight away. Which makes it harder for me to get my wars in. Delhi allied with Ming, though. If he goes in for that, then I won't be seeing Timurids for some time. Our Timurids worth Aragon plus losing the tech advantage. Well, I won't lose the tech advantage with France anytime soon. They only just teched up. But Timurid's so huge and so powerful. Of course I want him on my side. It's just proving difficult to get this. Those, there we go, favors going up every 2 years again at least. That's still longer than I want. That would be enough time probably for France to get their tech advantage. This is a waste of time, but we'll take that. Commonwealthy busy fighting against God knows who right now. There we go. Oh wait, Timmy are fighting against Great Britain? This isn't their war, is it? No, it's Kiowa's war. Alright, Timurids are out of there for a while then. Oh, hello Korea and Nivk. They've done me a solid to border me there. I will take advantage of that shortly. But I'm definitely going to be fighting Commonwealth. I want Austria to be free though for this. Alright, you've dealt with the Swedes. Get back here. We should be able to convert these guys before they fancy rising up against us. Nitra, what happened there? Nitra represents Czechoslovakia in my world that I'm making. Timmy certainly solved their manpower issues, but it's just not enough to bring him in. Trust raises for fleet basing rights. Since when? I sincerely doubt it does. Then again, if it did, that would be somewhat hilarious. I think he means offering them. Well, he certainly doesn't want them. I don't think I want these fleet basing rights anymore. Scornfully insulted. Good thing that goes away fast enough. Alright, Commonwealthy. Is France doing nothing? France is doing nothing, so it's not like them being involved in another big war is going to keep them out, because they're not going to get into one. Keeping Aragon out is rather nice, but... Accepting would destabilize the Timurids. Why? Okay, they offer military access. Fair enough. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger. Timmy is too far away, and I don't want to let slip my tech advantage. Oh, I've let slip my tech advantage. Oh well. It was worth the risk. We just lost the risk, though. What a huge person to fight. No, it's Commonwealth is even sowing discontent. The bastards. No, look at this. I'm so close to getting Timmy in. Let's just turn down the expenditure. Get those little bits of favors so I can actually use them in a war. No point having such a great ally if I don't use and abuse them. You don't want to risk losing the tech advantage against the French. It's worth it for getting Timmy in. Which CB? Almost certainly. Wait. Dzungar. Ah yes, that well-known nation. Oh, also, I need to counter-espionage on PLC because they're clearly trying to do me in here. Well, at least they're getting sieged up right there, right? Harumph. It was so close. I only need 8 additional reasons for to bring them in. At least Aragon's down for the count on that front. But Austria will come in. So we'll get Austria and Timmy in. Well, let's our country rest up for a bit. It's also nice not having to worry about revolt risk. And turning these Finns into better Finns. Neflightborn saying that they've been reading PLC as Poland-Lithuanian coalition all this time. Well, that's just special. There are a couple of missions here, but I don't think either of them give diplomatic reputation, so that's out of the question, sadly. Alright. I feel like this war is going to go on for some time. Because this was Britain versus these guys. That could be it for years. Which is not really what I'm looking for. I could be munching on Austria right now. Commonwealth is about to attack Bohemia. Bohemia have some allies, but that's nothing nothing illuminating for me, sadly. And France is going to take... Okay, so a couple nations starting other wars. I doubt the French war is going to be relevant for this. Sincerely doubt that. It's a distraction, which is good enough. It is. But I need just a little bit more with you, Timmy. Ah, thank you. If only I had any use for all these points. I mean, I got places, I want these states, but later on, I can't believe Denmark's big enough to claim me as a rival. How does that even work? Lorraine is the emperor. Their allies are plentiful, but not particularly strong or even worth knowing. Get that tech going. Yeah, I'm not marrying these people. It would hurt my legitimacy, which may be needed for bringing Timmy into a war. Probably not, though. I reckon in 3 years I'll have 20 favors, and then I spend... If I can, I spend 10 raising trust, and then 10 bring them in. If I can't, I use 10 to tell them to prepare for war, and then 10 to bring them in. Austria will bring in... Wait, Austria will only come in if promised land? Ah, their debt will be paid off soon enough. Thankfully, Aragon's is not. And there we go. Should be no Finns wanting to rise up once that last conversion is done. This is unfortunate, right? Kilwa is actually so strong that this war is just largely stalemating. Not enough great powers involved for that. Prestige, that's great and all, but it's not what's going to bring Timmy into this war. And that war is so big that it's still a minus... What exact? Oh dear. Why does Timmy have good attitude towards PLC? Oh god, he's friendly with them. At least the feeling isn't mutual. I'm just seeing all my plans unravel in front of me here, and it's not nice. It's not nice at all. I got that 19th favor with Timmy. And now he's in so much debt he'd never dream of joining me. I think it's time to say goodbye to our Timmy dreams. Let's strike while we at least have the advantage over France. I believed in you, Timmy, and you've betrayed me. At least Commonwealth and France are both somewhat busy with other wars, but... Timmy. On the plus side, though, Austria got a lot stronger from all that Timmy land and Bavarian land that he gobbled up. I wonder if he has plans on... Yeah, he does have plan on Commonwealth land. Well, incidentally, so do I. But what I think... I'm not sure what I'd do with him. Not sure if I'd focus on the Orthodox areas or on his heartland. I'd probably focus on his heartland so I have him kind of cornered here. If at all possible, right? No, I think I'd want to take this because this land will be spat out as subjects down the line. This land will be mine. Exactly true. It's time for the icon of St. Michael. Now that we've done so many conversions, we don't need huge amounts of Patriarch authority, although the manpower is always nice. I think we will see about a metropolitan while we're at it. Someone can give it to me. I'm thinking you guys. State maintenance increases a bit, yeah, for me, but I'll take that. Alright, this will be a big war. This will be a big and fairly painful war. Am I getting anything out of this that I super want? I don't know, but I'll take this anyway. Actually, that force limit contribution could be put to use immediately, but I probably won't. What do we have here? Yeah, I got something really nice, but all in due time. No, no, kind of, but no. It's not worth the mill. Oh, actually, it's not like my mill's doing much right now. I'll take it. It could be an exhausting war. It's only 3 days per fort, but we'll take it. Okay, at least if I use imperialism, all I need is the capital. Austria's getting involved. France is going to be a huge pain. I could round on France to try and force him out of the war. But this is France we're talking about. Trying to see if he upgraded his forts. It looks like he did some. Oh well, let's do it. Nice of you to join me, Timmy, you traitorous bastard. Ish. Okay, how are we on generals? We got a full 5. So let's make sure everybody has a place. Even if they're not all that amazing, Lepardi. Yeah, speaking of, I want my bet. Well, actually, we don't have anyone that's truly amazing at siege anymore, do we? I want that mountainous fort cracked right open, Pius. No, it's a job for Herr Kommissar. Pius, stay on the back row for us. Get going. Let's get some numbers on this war. Oh god, France have subjects as well. We're outnumbered more than 2 to 1. Well, they've not flexed up just yet. I already wish I'd built better forts. I wonder if I'll regret my subjects being involved the way they are as well. There's little reason to dilly-dally on these. Blow those wide open. Austria sadly doesn't have a border with France, so I can't exactly promise France Austrian land if I want to sell them out. And I wouldn't mind selling them out. Disease outbreak straight away. Cheers. Where's that cheerio? Can you pay off Aragon's debts now and bring them in? No, because Aragon said no to the call to arms. He has truce with the Commonwealth and wouldn't join in. More disease outbreak. It's going to be one of those wars, I see. That'll be alright for me to take the mountainside here. Truce of the Ottomans are up. It'd be hilarious if you saw this as an opportunity to attack me. Well, hilarious is one way to look at it. Hope Austria defends his lands here. I need that capital and I need to hold it so I can get ticking war score. Excellent. Now, yes, onwards to Warsaw. But also just onwards in general too. I don't know where his army is. Doesn't look like he's sieging me up here. He's probably over here because he went to war in Central Europe. But I'm a little antsy about this because the Commonwealth is strong and France is strong. Yeah, they have a decent amount of forts, but the forts themselves are largely unupgraded. Should be able to take his capital in a heartbeat. This is good. My subjects are roaring in through the east. That's why we have them. I might have to help defense of Austrian lands. He's got some good mountainous forts that I want to take advantage of. And that will let my subjects do a good job sieging up the Commonwealth while I keep their armies stuck over in the west. Come on, Austria, it's a single fort. Don't embarrass yourselves. Oh, they're embarrassing themselves. Maybe take some fights in Austrian land, Jake. Not to defend them, mind you, but Austria has a mountainous fort where you can kill some baguettes. Yes, TVW, I feel like that's exactly what I just said, but I might have imagined saying it. I'll keep an eye on them, though. Killing the French is not a huge... wait, Nitra? No, Montenegro. I should have these occupations. My fort defense is top dollar. Oh yeah, right, the whole fort thing. Making me go roundabout here. Alright, I spy with my little eye, Commonwealthy, as if wealth were common. I will liberate Vienna, but I'm going to let it chew up those French for a while. In as nice a way as possible. Stick close though, I don't want any 40 stack isolated. Every 40 stack should have another 40 stack breathing down its backside. At least one other one. Okay, Vienna's starting to crumble a bit, so I'm going to think about bringing back 80,000. Let's get an eye on who fights. Oh god, look at that Commonwealthy morale. Nice try, Austria, but you'll need to bring in more than that. And this is why I didn't want to do a war score from battles fight. Yeesh, that's scary stuff. Yeah, I see the Polish joining up with French, but they won't stay together, I'm sure. Well, that's the entire Austrian army getting nuked. Sucks to be them, but the reason I was so friendly with them all this time was exactly so that I could use and abuse them like so. Let's get you guys in a position where we're more able to jump on Vienna. I might want to pull everybody back just to kick in those French, but it works for me that the Poles are here rather than over here, because this means that my subjects can act with relative impunity. Bit of a shame that he's doing this, but hey ho. Good, take down the pause and continue on north. We'll grab as many forts as we can while we can. Vienna continues to hold, alright. I'm betraying my own rules about sticking together here. But I do want to push those French out of Vienna. And probably the Bretons out of Tyrol too. Do that. Then once this is taken, we pull back and then we kick people out of Austria's lands. The whole reason I established my forts in my homeland was so that our friends, the Commonwealth, would be tied up there. Let's hope they continue to be so. You sure you don't want to join in, Timmy? Absolutely not. You love the Commonwealth now, don't you? Why? Yeesh. Also, the enemy numbers are swollen up to 4, 5, 6, about 700,000. Scrivens. Running into the Highlands, are we? I could take that fight, but I'd rather not. I'd rather fight you in glorious grasslands. Oh, right, no, he was running into there. Potentially joining up with our men, the French, over in Vienna. I need to push them out of all these places. Let's get these forts down, folks. Oh, right, he wants to chase down the Austrians, huh? It's not a great province to do it in, but I reckon we could leg it down there and try to save the Austrians. The Austrians are actually backing it up themselves, so our presence there might be useful. Might dislodge the French. That might work either for or against us. Oh well, the French are actually running away because they probably saw my glorious army appearing. Uh-oh, there are more of them. Is he turning around? No, he's coming up north. This should be our battle, though. That was unfortunate for the Commonwealth, and they have pretty bad leadership. He's definitely going to be in there, but I reckon our units here can hold it. Oh, very nice. Forced to run away. Bravely run away. Let's go and liberate Tyrol. There's no way I want Tyrol to fall. It's too good a fort. And I want Not Home to do it. I want Not Home to do it. He's our second fastest general. You folks won't be needed there, so go and protect us up here. Hawk is down. I will never ever pronounce it right, because people keep telling me I'm wrong, but not telling me how I'm wrong. Happens a lot in this channel. Glorious subjects of ours. Sending those Poles packing. That's good. That's why you want strong marches. That's a reason you might want a strong march. Don't split up too much now. Lienz is only grasslands. Let's get an eye on those French. We gotta help. Hold strong, Austrians. Can't believe I'm allied with a Habsburg here. Fotonumbra, no doubt a resident in, I don't know, Bessarabia or somewhere, is yelling out for glorious Romania. God. This is so unusual, actually helping my allies. Feels wrong. None of these are particularly useful for me. Get your 10 to 1s, folks. Alright, we're certainly hosing the Commonwealth here, but there's a lot more to this war than just the PLC. Yeah, I see those Poles, but that's exactly what these guys are doing. They're all defending each other. It's like an elaborate game of chess, of course. In chess, the Poles go first. As the saying goes. God, it's a bad day to be Bohemia. I don't even think Bohemia did anything that bad to me. They've just been my bullying target for a lot of this. There we go. Out you go, Bretons. I sympathize. Hell, I might even empathize, but you need to die. Alright, we kicked them in the teeth a fair bit, but that's not the end of it. You aren't helping your allies, Jake. You're using them. I'm not sure I understand your point here. Is this not one and the same? It's disappointing he's winning so hard against Bohemia. I may do good to de-siege Berlin and Prague so that they don't have all that war score on them. Imperialist war. So if I take Prague back off of them, that's actually going to be... Where'd all those French come from? Yeah, geez, no avoiding the fight there. Nor can I get Filbo on it. Alright, we're going to be believing in Not Home unless we think we can roll somebody better than Not Home. I wouldn't mind kicking out Lepardi. Lepardi has not brought the fight here. Perhaps Zess can bring the fight. The answer is they absolutely can. Because we know which phase comes first. Take the fight with the French. Mop up more French. Desiege Prague. Get out of my way. Ah. If only this was a cleansing of heresy, that would have been some nice war score. But it's not something you can truly rely on. Where the heck's Lepardi? How did you earn being there? I'll hold on to you for a little bit, but not long. Good, they all come tumbling down. But guys, stick together. Can't emphasize that enough. If we get jumped, we're going to be put into disarray. Zest, Desiege Prague, ensure that the PLC are not winning that war. And another one bites the dust. Not really any forts around here. I was keen not to give them additional fortifications when I gave them land earlier. This is all looking okay though. Let's get a brief idea of what can be done to the PLC. I want to rip as much of this land away from them as possible. However, I might have to divvy it between making client state and not, because already the overextension is really high. But I want this to be something they feel for generations. You know, admin efficiency is pretty good, isn't it? Pretty damn good. Won't separating them from Austria be better? Yeah, maybe. Taking all of this as well. Kiev is a trade node, yeah, but I have no traders, so shrug a bug to that. I need to start thinking about my client state, though. Who's going to pop in? This whole area I want to go to Nitra, but it's not PLC. What land is Polish land? I need to look at my map here. Of course, if we have any Poles that really know your country during this time frame. Okay, I think what I will do is I will take some fortifications on the border here, if possible, and establish the state of Poland here. Anybody got a good name for Soviet Poland? Was it still just called Poland? I can't claim that this is my forte here. Gotta double check my map often. I really don't want to screw up the borders, because if I do, rectifying them is going to be a huge pain in the rear end. There, this will be a start for Poland. Polish People's Republic. Thank you. It was called Polish People's Republic. Excellent. I hope there's enough space for that name. Because the game won't accept Poland, because there's already a Poland in the game. Even if they're not on the map, it knows that it exists some way, somehow. Oh, these are Bohemian occupations. That isn't right. Battles have largely gone our way. Surprisingly, even the Navy's gone well. An Albanian fleet with 16 ships? Explain further, Albania. I'm not buying it. I think it's a lie. Oh yes, Cyprus is involved, and I didn't fortify anything here. Well, Bulgaria, that's for you to deal with. This is why I have marches. Alright, still working on Prague. That was a nice diversion, but it was only for me to think about what land I wanted to take. And I should always take land in my own name. That makes it a lot cheaper. I'm going to guess that Albanian fleet had backup from Austrians. Yeah, but let's not take away from the accomplishments of the Albanians. Lepardi, I think it's time for you to enter early retirement. You have let me down too many times today, which is precisely once, which is too many times. Get back together. Not liking how this is going right now. Perhaps we can work together. Absolutism for my good friend and ally, Aragon. He would have joined the Commonwealth if he didn't love me. Don't forget that. Also, there's Commonwealthy. As if wealth were common, I need to take him down. There's a mistake. The Commonwealth seemed to have a good fort. Let's remove that from the equation. Transfer some occupations to Nitra? No. You see, it is, if I give it to Nitra, then it takes into account Nitra's administrative efficiency, and there's no way my subject has as much absolutism as I do, which is 100. Don't want to go there, we'll just keep ourselves protecting each other. Representation. Are you guys hearing this? France won't want out of this war unless I go around and slap them, and I will slap them. There's something to be said for attacking the allies of your target before your target, but Commonwealth is so huge with so many troops, I wanted to make sure that they could not replenish, nor did I want to give them time to eat into my land. So that is why we went for Commonwealth rather than Commonwealth's big bulky ally France. What's that? There's a Slovakian province occupied by Wallachia. Not admin efficient optimal. Thank you for that. Look at the savings there. That was a lot cheaper to do in my name. Damn, that's sweet. I want to go for that fight, but I don't want to send just 40k over there. So if either of these forts could finish up nice and fast, that'll do. I can't say the name, but I can say I like what they've done. And let's, oh well, even better. Let's actually force march our way over there with Filbo the Fast. And PS, no, we'll have Herr Commissar, he's got better siege. Prague is back in Bohemian hands. Commonwealth is now barely winning the war, and if I take Berlin, they'll probably start losing the war. Unfortunately, got Smolensk back. That's not going to stop me marching over there to kick their little Polish buttocks. Oh man, they made peace. Oh man, they took Berlin. Well, that doesn't change my plan of taking Berlin now, does it? Get on it, Zess. You're good at what you do. Is that Jake's actual face on his Patreon page? Well, it's not somebody else's face. That's my go-to photo for just about everything I have to do that involves my real identity. My real identity? That sounds too edgy. I feel like a Persona 4 character. That's not me. Right, let's just take this in a heartbeat. No waiting. Only crushing. Build level 8 forts in Albania for authentic Hochscha experiences, Frogman. I think we will not do that, Frogman. No, Brandenburg will not be our DDR. They are not specific enough for our needs. Okay, you guys are split up, and there's a very not split up Commonwealth stack right there. So get cozy. Grodno. I like that province because it sounds like God no. Which is probably what these Poles are saying when they see an actual organized, fully operational Montenegro army. They're thinking, where were you in all the wars that we had to fight for you? Well, I'm back, baby, and I am mad as hell. Mostly at Timurids for not joining my war, but that doesn't mean I can't take that anger out on somebody else. Austria was a great addition to this. Look at how they're just soaking up these sieges for me. Once this is all put under control, I don't need to worry about the Commonwealth sinking into the darkness away from me, or any other such thing. Good. Get you folks together under Herr Kommissar. And we're going to take down that errant stack of Poles.